In this next unit, we'll examine how energy flows through an ecosystem. By the end of this unit, you should be able to state that light is the initial energy source for almost all of the communities that we find on Earth. You should also be able to explain that as we look at a food chain, that never is there 100% efficiency of energy transformations from one trophic level to the next. We'll also take a look at the shape of pyramids and why there are more producers than consumers. So there's all sorts of different processes that are happening in this diagram, but the one that we're going to concentrate on in this unit is the transfer of energy that enters an ecosystem and exits. This is why we often refer to it as the flow of energy. So in previous units, we examined where photosynthetic autotrophs obtain their energy. It's important to note that the ultimate source of energy is always solar energy. So some important examples of these photoautotrophs include plants, some photosynthetic bacteria we call cyanobacteria, and algae, which are considered part of the protist kingdom. So regardless whether you're a plant, bacteria, or algae, you obtain your energy from the sun. A common plant that is often used to study the energy transformations from sunlight into chemical energy is called Elodea. Elodea is a water weed, and you can easily examine the chloroplasts that are inside of its cells. Because the energy transformations in chloroplasts are driven by light, as the intensity of sunlight increases, so does the rate of photosynthesis. And since the ultimate source of energy is always the solar energy, the biomes with more solar energy have more photosynthesis occurring in them. These biomes are more often located near the equator because they are in direct sunlight. Therefore, there's more productivity there. And where there's more productivity, or more producers, there is also a ton of biodiversity. We've already examined how food chains ultimately get their energy from the sun through autotrophs and up a food chain through heterotrophs such as primary consumers, secondary consumers, and etc. But as energy is passed from one trophic level to the next, heat is always substantially lost. So because energy transformations are never 100%, in fact, they're only about 10 to 20%, then the consumers always are less in number than the producers. This is why the structure of an ecosystem is often referred to as a pyramid of energy, with more producers at the bottom and less consumers at the top.